we're going to have Connor, Kyler, and Zaven.
So, yeah, just no injuries, I don't think. I know Sean wanted to go. We worked him out, woke up with he's been dealing with a little bit of a neck, so we got to get that sorted out. That's why he didn't go. I thought Max and Star played well. All three phases, on defense, I thought we rushed well. I think we had 6 sacks, good on third down. Special teams was lights out, everybody involved. I gave Rodgers a game ball. He couldn't even talk. But, just all kinds of different plays by a lot of different guys. And that's guys, we talked about it last night, star your role. Whatever your role is, everyone's the same. Everyone is the exact same. No matter your role, everyone's the same importance to the team. And I thought guys started their role. Blake thought was really good. Dortch had the return off the top of my head. JB downs it. That was an unbelievable play. Chad Ryland's kicking it through. I thought that was excellent. And then when you ran the ball, I think we ran it for over 200. Obviously the last one there popped, which was cool. We're just trying to get a field goal out of that. It popped. I thought Amari was really good. James Conner was good. Trey Benson was good. Did what we had to do to win the game. So on to the Jets. We're working tomorrow. What we got?
What's it like on the sideline where you were saying you're trying to pop Amari just to get the field goal out of it, and then all of a sudden he's going? Is there any point where you're like, get out of bounds?
No, so we're trained for that. Drew does a really good job with those guys to know when we have that's a bingo down timeout situation. They know where the line is. And the amount of time we practiced that, we executed it well. But when it popped, he housed it. So that was a big time run.
Coach, you mentioned all three phases. You're right. But you guys also were complementary. Can you speak to what it means for the offense to set the defense up, defense set the offense up?
Yeah, it's huge. We go 3 and out, and they're kind of driving it. I think Zaven had the sack there, so we force a punt. Dortch returns it, score a touchdown. You know what I mean? So all three phases, you need execution, all three phases to win games, man. It's a good football team. They'll be right in the hunt, and I just thought, all three phases stepped up and made big-time plays where – I don't believe in momentum, but the different parts of the game, we just kept making plays. You know what I mean? We kept making plays and kept our foot on the gas. So it was good, too, to go into the locker room with a lead and then finish the game. You know what I mean? Because that's what good teams do. So we got to learn how to do that. But we'll point it out. But it takes everybody in there, and they did a good job today.
Kyle would have played fine, obviously, but, was it kind of neat to get a 20-point win without him needing to be Superman?
Yeah, I think, when the run game's going like that, Drew's going to feature the run. He'd be the first to tell you this, keep handing it off. You know what I mean? But I thought he made some big-time plays in there, a couple conversions on third down, couple of the out-of-pocket action game, went for explosives. He's playing really good football right now for us. That's what we need him to keep doing.
Go ahead, Dale. Sorry.
You always talk about all three phases and everyone doing their roles, and now you're talking about how well everyone did their roles. Was this kind of what you want your football team to look like?
Yeah, I think, when you see all three phases executing at a high level, like every game is going to be played different. But the confidence of executing at a high level and making a bunch of plays within the team, that does carry over. And I think that's what we're starting to get to that point where, they know they've always known this, but they're doing it. They're playing, they're making plays, they're connected, they're doing what they're coached to do. We do some smart things that, people, a lot of people don't even realize what's going on. Not to say, you guys don't know what's going on, but I'm saying, protecting the football, off an explosive play. Higgy Bear comes to my mind. The boot that he catches, he reverses field. Here comes JJ going to try to strip him. He covers up because he knows the guy's behind him. That stuff, wins. So that's why I always tell him, if we keep just winning behavior, man, on a day-to-day basis, you'll give yourself a chance to win the game, and we're doing it.
How encouraging was it to see all the running backs contribute and how that might set you guys up for future?
Huge faith in all those guys, and sometimes the carries shake out a little bit different, but this game, I love the distribution of it. I thought Trey Benson got going tonight. I thought he was running in there hard. I'm standing field level. When I see him finishing forward with his pads down, he's confident. He's playing faster. He's playing more violent, hitting holes. Obviously, James is the workhorse. Amari, I've been busting his balls. When are you going to house one? Come on, man. Let's go. And he did it today. You know what I mean? So he'll probably bust my balls. But and then DJ, feel really good about DJ. DJ is such an unsung hero for us from an energy standpoint through the week. What he does on fourth down, he's ready to go in on first, second, third down with the offense. This guy's a warrior, man. He's an alpha dog, and I'm so glad we have him. Like, this guy is lights out all the time, every day.
Adversity on the offensive line. What's it say that you have been able to overcome that and still run the ball the way you want to?
Yeah, I mean, they know. Like, we got, Clayton and Drew, everybody involved, Cookie, Ben, everybody involved put together a good scheme. That's a hard front. That's a hard team to run it on. They do a good job in the run game, and I like some of those different concepts that we had. They executed it in practice, and so they felt good about going to the game. And, we got good backs, man.
How do you feel about the edge rush? You were leaning on them to produce this week, I think.
Yeah, I thought Nick had a hell of a game. Shout out, I don't want to get into his business, but had his second child this morning. How about that? Talked to him on Monday morning. I said, somebody's got to get ready to call the game. If the baby comes at 1 or 2 o'clock, he says, I'm calling the game. So that was cool. Got that at 8 a.m. Yeah, how about that? Guy's an idiot. No, I appreciate he got a game ball too. It was cool this week because Tuesday we had a little bit of back and forth what to do, versus this guy because he's a hard player to defend. They got good skill. And I love the plan by him and the defense, how we attack those guys, attack protection, cut some guys loose. And credit to the players, man. Like, coaches, that's cool. The players made plays. They rushed well. They stayed connected. We second effort rushes, to get them on the ground. Kept the cup, kept them contained a lot. I thought they were good. And then as good as they rushed, the back end was covering well. You know what I mean? So I'm looking back there. There's not a lot of air, in certain calls. And when you put color on color and make them operate under duress, it's hard, So kudos to the back end, too. They played well.
The defense, sticking with the defense for a second, I think that's the last 2 home games you haven't allowed a touchdown. Have you sensed any sort of shift, whether it is just execution or mindset with that unit?
Yeah, I mean, they do it in practice, and they take pride in that. One of the things, though, this week was we got to get better on third down. You're not as good on third down, and every game's different. Is third down a winning stat to me? No, it's not. But you got to execute it at a high level because then they can't rip off a bunch of plays, and you should, not allow them to score as many points if you're getting off on third down, making a punt. So there's been definitely a focus of that for our guys. But, like I said, hats off to the players. They made a bunch of plays, and they were better than the other team today.
What about this team right now that's allowed to go on the run that it's on?
I wouldn't say it's a run. That was just round 9. I think, round 10 tomorrow's the most important day we've had all year. You know what I mean? So that's the way they'll approach it. But I think what I just said, Josh, is that's what's allowing us to win games is we take one day at a time. Every second counts. Maximize the day. Keep blinders on and go about your business. Display winning behavior on a consistent day-to-day basis, and you'll give yourself a chance to win the game. So I think probably why that's happening is the leadership in the locker room, from the captains to, we got a bunch of leaders on that team. You know what I mean? And they don't allow no bullshit. So not that we have a lot, but every once in a while I'll get out of alignment too. You know what I mean? You got to bring back everybody in, and they're doing a really good job of staying connected and being accountable and doing the right things.
They said on the TV broadcast that Nick Ross's kid's middle name is Kaiser. Did he lose a bet or something? Or
Kaiser's a good middle name.
Well, you mentioned the back end of the coverage. What were those guys doing so well to shut down?
Good technique, winning their leverage side, getting hands on guys, closing space, using their athletic ability, playing with good eyes, not fouling. I mean, there's some good receivers over there now. Like they can play. Just Smitty's been doing a great job with those guys. They improve every week, whether it's one little thing from week to week, or if maybe it's a coverage we need to play a little bit better. But we go in and out of a lot of different things. Normally corners have about 4 techniques. Our guys have about 8. So, they gotta absorb a lot what's going on and all the rules and all the different things going on with splits and distribution and what down is it, how much time's on the clock. So our guys are smart. They prepare the right way, and they're playing well. All right, thank you.
James Conner about to walk in.
guys want to play, right, James? I mean, it felt like everybody in the running back room had big plays today. And he even gave a rushing touchdown to Trey McBride. What's that about? Is he now official running back or what?
No, he ain't a running back, but it's good for him to get in his zone. Just a full team effort today. Offensive line, they were outstanding. All the tight ends was blocking and making plays. Everybody, all the running backs, stepped up and made good plays. So, team effort.
How cool was it to see the young guys behind you really step up and really make an impact?
Yeah, it was awesome. I just love watching them, be explosive and just impacting the game. That's what we talk about, man. Just impact the game somewhere, somehow when you're out there. And I thought all of them played great, receiving and rushing. So.
Amari's touchdown right before the half was kind of a stunner for everybody.
Yeah.
What was that like for you guys on the sideline? I mean, it kind of turned the tight game into a much more comfortable advantage. What was that like?
Yeah, that was just a huge swing for us, for him to rip off a 50-plus yard run right before halftime. He's so smooth and fluid with it. That's one of his plays right there. He just put his foot down and, he just uses his speed and he's a great player. So, yeah, that really helped us carry a lot of momentum in the halftime and just put a staple on what we want to be in the run game.
Were you thinking, hey, get out of bounds so we can get this field goal off, or did you know he was gone?
No, I kind of knew he was gone. Like Mark, once he gets those legs rolling, it's hard to catch him. So I know what his speed is like. So once he break past, he rarely ever going to get caught.
You guys 5-4 now, 3 straight. What's this mean for the team going forward?
More work ahead. We're going to put all of our focus into New York this week and try to do it again.
You guys have rushed for over 200 yards multiple times this season. What does this say about your rushing offense?
Man, I think it's just the way we come to work, the preparation, scheming it up, and, offensive line, they come to work. So once they're moving guys off the ball, I'm sure when we'll watch this film, guys will be, deep, push up the ball. So when they playing like that, all we got to do is put the ball in the right place, and we can be successful on the ground.
Cool, James. Thank you guys.
Kyler will be in next.
So you're not too upset with only getting 150 yards and no touchdowns when the offense is running the ball like that?
Yeah, I mean, not too many times have I been able to play in a game like that and play the way I feel like I played, not up to my standard, and be able to win the way we did. It was a hell of an effort by the whole team. Defense did their thing. To be able to run the ball on a defense like that was, great. The O-line did their things. Every running back that got in the game did their thing. So it's good to see.
Your
Your numbers seem fine. What were you disappointed about?
Just the layups. It just, certain throws. And when you don't get that many opportunities and, you miss the ones that you get, it's pretty frustrating. But, we'll make them when we get them again.
Kyler, on Amari's touchdown right before the half, I think it's third and 5 with like 15 seconds left. You guys call a run. What was the thinking there? Were you just thinking of the first and maybe going to half?
No, honestly, with Chad, his leg, obviously him or Matt, when Matt was playing, but just you only got to get to. We only really wanted 5 yards, and Amari busted it and took it to the distance. So it was a pleasant surprise for sure.
How much did that touchdown change things? It seemed like it was a huge swing right before the half.
It's like getting the ball back right after the half. Technically, I mean, to be able to score right there, and them obviously that I don't know what that does for them. Obviously, I think being on the other side that hurts. Could be demoralizing if you let it, but that was definitely huge for us to be able to go up another score.
It's been a while since you've been over 500. What does it feel like to turn winning behavior into wins, stacking 3 of them like this?
Yeah, I'm not really too worried about being over 500 or 5-4. Like I'm just focused on the next day, the next game. Today was good. We got to win, and we got to go do it again.
Was it encouraging to see the other running backs step up, other than James, to kind of spread it out a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, we all know what they're capable of. Obviously, James gets a lot of the jelly, so it's tough for a lot of them to just, have to sit and watch at times. But that's what it is, And when their number's called, make it happen, and they did that today.
Did you have anything to say to Marv after his first catch in the fumble? Did you try to pick him up at all? Or
no, I mean that's part of the game. That's part of the game. He's a rookie, obviously. We've all fumbled. We've thrown interceptions. We all make physical mistakes. That's going to happen. He's trying to make a play. Not too worried about it.
How comfortable is it to have Chad be able to step in for Matt and basically not miss a beat in the kicking game?
Yeah, it's huge. Special teams is a huge part of the game. You got to be good at special teams if you want to go the distance. And he's been lights out. And so is Blake and Aaron too. So.
You talked about the Trey McBride reverse handoff. Does it look like you handed it off to him? The defensive end didn't even see him running the ball.
Yeah, we had I won't tell the story, but figured that would be the first play I scored. We liked the way it looked. Obviously it looked good all week. Executed in the game, so it was good. Good to see him in the end zone for I think it was his first touchdown.
It's still no receiving touchdowns for him.
Holy shit. Yeah, no, we got to do that. That's all. That's exactly. That goes back to me missing him in the end zone. It's tough. So.
When you get up to the line, and obviously you don't know if it's going to work until
yeah, that's one of those.
But you're looking at the alignment, you're like, this actually.
No, you just kind of have faith, because I don't know. Like they could play out. They could. Somebody could have their eyes on you. Like you never know in those type of plays. So I'm glad it worked out, and he was able to make stiff arm dude and reach.
Thanks, Kyler.
Thanks,
Zaven's up next.
Zaven, it seems like the sacks just kept on coming for this defensive unit. Is this how you've envisioned what this unit could really be?
Yeah, for sure. There's games where in the past where when you go back and watch the film, it's only one false step or getting to your move a little bit quicker to where it can be like that, and that's kind of like what this point it's kind of led up to, right? Is getting to those things, the fine details of things, because we knew we weren't far away. But getting them all together and executing, and that's the big thing I think we got done today.
Regardless if it resulted in sacks, but there was just a lot of pressure today. What was it about the game plan with a mobile quarterback like that allowed you guys to generate so much pressure?
We kind of just wanted to get his eyes down. He's a great player, and as you can tell, like one of the first plays of the game, I counter spun, fell on the ground, got up, went to get him, chased him all the way to the sideline, slipped again, got up again, chased him back inbounds. Like he's all over the place. The play style he has is very it's very rare because he has great pocket awareness, and it was kind of on our mind the entire game and throughout the week to get that done.
They were 1 for their last 10 on third down. What went into being so successful getting off the field?
Yeah, it's kind of a skewed game at that point. It's very late in the game. The time, the offensive, talking from a schematic standpoint, it kind of changes everything, right? They're doing things out of the ordinary. They were empty for most of those plays. But as a defensive side, it's like we get to just go. You're not really thinking because it kind of what corner they're in and we know what corner we're in, and it's time to just go. So that kind of makes things a little bit faster too.
It's been a while for you and the team since you've won 3 straight, been over 500 and everything.
2021.
Yeah, what's the feeling like? Like how kind of rewarding is this stretch for y'all?
It's good. It's just the next game though. We got to keep going. Like I said, there's 17 games in the season, and we're 2 weeks away from the bye. We have another week. We have to just keep going, keep moving, keep going forward.
Did that 2021 season kind of teach you that? You guys started 10-2 and looked like gangbusters.
That was kind of a blur to me. That was rookie year. That happened so fast. I blinked my eyes and we were 8-0 or whatever it was, and I blinked my eyes again and we lost in the playoffs. So it was different.
You guys haven't allowed a touchdown in the last 2 home games. How much pride do you guys kind of take in that?
It's kind of like we call it I call it Murphy's Law, right? They can get into the red zone, but you can't really you don't want to let them score. They get the 3 points in that situation, right? You let them do that 3 times, it's 9 points rather than being 21. So we just got to keep going, and with that, I think just keep that as a focus in the red zone.
You've had a front row seat to Xavier Thomas's development since coming into the league. For him to have a sack and a half today, his first, and making it in the league. Just how proud are you of your teammate?
Yeah, I told X on the field, I said, we ran this game inside, and I got clipped by the running back, and it shook me up a little bit, and I fell on the ground. I was just watching Caleb run around, and I was like, someone please jump on him. And I see X out of nowhere jump on his back, so I was like, thank God. So good job on that, X. He had a good retrace. Yeah, he's growing every day. He's understanding the game more and more and more. It's slowed down for him a whole lot, and, we sit down after meetings or whatever it may be, he wants to learn, he wants to get better. And that's the thing is just let it go and just go. And that's it. So, and he's definitely done that.
How encouraging was it to see everybody eating? The sacks were spread out. It wasn't just one guy getting home.
Yeah, it's definitely the guys too, but we have a bunch of different stuff that we're always in. I'm on the right, I'm on the left, to the boundary, to the field, 2 guys over here one play, trying to confuse the offense and their schemes and stuff. So it's always a mixed match of what we're going to do. So, but also guys winning their one-on-ones. That's like the biggest thing that we've, kind of preached over the last, couple weeks. So we got to win one-on-ones when we get them. When it's your time to go, you got to go. So we got it done today.
Rallis obviously had a second kid this morning.
Didn't know
that. Was he on 15 Red Bulls or something like that?
Well, we didn't know that. He didn't tell us. Yeah, until after we didn't find out until after the game. He's one of those type of guys where he don't want us to worry about him. He's all in. He's all in when it comes to helping us and watching us succeed. So, but I think the world of him and everything he does. He spends time afterwards, and he'll get on everyone. So it's nice having him.
Were you able to see JJ at all today?
I wasn't. I texted him. I said I need you to come more games.
Thanks, Zaven.
Thanks.